What's up? Alright guys, so by now hopefully you guys have made all of your parts, your 5 parts for your puzzle cube, and now you're ready to assemble. So I'm going to show you how to do that. As you can see right now, I have a cube that I assembled already, and I'm going to reassemble this thing and show you how to constrain it so that way your puzzle cube cannot move around and it's fully assembled. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. So as you can see, my interface is slightly different than yours. I'm using an older version. See, 2015. You guys are using 2016 version. Okay. So over here, you guys have your part files or your different types of files. Here's my assembly file. I'm gonna select my assembly file, and then up here you should have place. If you happen to hit the drop down and you have place from content, just hit the drop down, hit place, and then from that point on you should always have that in there. Okay. So when you hit place, it's going to ask you to go to your folders. Now, as you guys can see, remember I was preaching to you guys about making sure your folders aren't jacked up. All right, so I have an IED folder, and then I have a puzzle cube folder, and this is where all my parts are. Okay, so now you can choose to do one at, bring in one at a time, or you can do all of them at the same time. It's up to you. Or I would advise to bring them all in at once. Just makes it a little bit easier to work with them. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and go with my black piece. As you can see, I have some errors here. I'm not going to be too concerned about it. I'm just going to bring that in. And then I'm just going to start bringing in all my parts. Unfortunately, I have to go hunt them down, but that's all right. Click OK. Click. All right, I'm going to bring them all in, and then I will be back. All right. All right, guys. So we're back. As you can see here, I have 4 parts. I need one more. The reason why I decided to come back and show you this last one is because one of the things I forgot to mention is what do you do after you place it? So here you can see, click to place it, and here you can see I have another one. All you need to do to get away from that is just hit escape. All right, there we go. So I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. Here are my parts. I'm gonna spread these out a little bit. All right. So now, let's talk about constraints. In order to assemble your puzzle cube, you have to constrain it to other parts. That means you constrain it to where it can't move. So you can call it a mate, you can call it a flush for this particular example, but there are several more different types of constraints that you can use. And up here is your constraints. So if I hit constraint and then I hover, notice that I can see the different types of constraints that I have available. The two that we're going to talk about most right now is the mate and the flush. So hopefully you guys all can understand what mate means, like, right? That's like something butting up against something mating, okay? Flush is something that is even with another side, okay? So you're going to use a combination of these. Now think of it this way. In order to fully constrain a part, you have to make sure that it's fully constrained up and down, side to side, and in and out, okay? So up and down, side to side, and in and out. So you are going to basically need 3 constraints per part in order to fully constrain that, right? And it can be any combination of mates and flushes. Most of the time, you're going to use like 1 mate and then a couple flushes. But sometimes you are going to require 2 mates, okay? So hopefully you guys will understand when I get rolling, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get started on that. So the first thing I want to show you guys is this. If I click on a part and then I hit the letter G, I can free rotate this around. Okay, that's the shortcut. Up here is free rotate. Notice when I hover on it, you get the letter G in parentheses. That's telling you that that's the shortcut. Okay. So I'm going to turn it around something like this. Yeah, let's go with that. All right. So So the first part that I want to put on is my red part. All right, so again, I'm going to hit G. I'm going to rotate that around like so. And I'm going to make the inside of that to go on the top of this guy. So I go constraint. Mate is already selected. Here you can see the arrow pointing. So I want that to mate with that. And then I hit OK. And now I'm ready to start flushing. So I have a nice mate. Now I want to flush the sides. Okay. Basically, I want to make them even. Okay. So I'm going to just spin that around. I'm going to go home. I don't like that. All right. So I'm going to go flush. I'm going to flush this side with that side. Apply. And I'm just going to flush the back. So I still have flush selected. I'm going to flush the back with the back of the black part. All right. Oh, one of the things I forgot to tell you, sorry. When you bring in that first part, make sure you guys ground that first part. So just right click, go up to ground, select ground, and now that part won't move. And this part isn't moving either. So that means I fully constrain that part. Okay. Constrain. I'm going to mate this backside to right about there. Apply. Now I'm just going to do some flushes. Flush, flush, apply, and flush, flush, apply. And how do I know if it's fully constrained? Well, if I grab it and try to jiggle it around, it does not move. Okay. I'm going to come over to the yellow part. Maybe you guys accidentally make something and now that's not correct. Use your browser. Come over to this flush. I'm going to right click on it. I'm going to delete it. And now I'm going to show you what I mean. See, notice how this part moves around now. So it's not fully constrained. All right. So I'm just going to go back, go to flush, and I'm going to flush that again. Top to top. Apply. All right. Now I'll do this green one here. We'll finish up. I'm going to hit the letter G. I'm going to rotate it around. All right. So mate this, that, apply, and I'm just going to do some flushes. Flush, flush it, apply, flush it, apply, cancel, and now you can see it's fully constrained. Okay. All right. I'm not going to do the last part. Hopefully that gives you guys enough information to be able to assemble your puzzle cube. And the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to make a presentation when you're finished assembling. All right. All right, guys. Happy assembling. Good luck. Let me know if you have any questions. Peace out.